In a faraway land, deep in the heart of an enchanted forest, there lived an unusual duo. One was Bruno, a giant so big and friendly, he stood tall as a mountain and could pluck a fallen tree like a daisy. The other? Elric, the tiniest elf you could ever imagine, no bigger than a teacup, but quick as a hummingbird and clever as they came. Despite their differences, these two were the best of friends. Every morning, Bruno would help Elric gather mushrooms from the tallest trees, and every evening, Elric would tell Bruno tales of elf magic by the flickering glow of fireflies. Yes, life in the enchanted forest was peaceful, until the day trouble came knocking from beyond the trees. The village near the forest was in dire need. A massive boulder, bigger than anything the villagers had ever seen, had tumbled down a hill and lodged itself on the only bridge that crossed the rushing Silver River. The villagers pushed and pulled with all their might, but the boulder refused to budge. When Bruno and Elric heard the commotion, they hurried to help. "I'm big and strong," boomed Bruno as he approached the bridge, his footsteps shaking the earth. "I'll take care of this rock." The villagers stepped aside, hopeful. Bruno leaned in, planting his enormous hands against the boulder. With a mighty push, he heaved. The ground rumbled, the bridge creaked, but the boulder didn't move an inch. It was stuck deep in the mud and wouldn't budge, no matter how hard Bruno tried. Bruno sighed and scratched his head. "It's no use. I can't do it." But Elric's green eyes sparkled. "Not so fast," the tiny elf squeaked. "Big jobs sometimes need little ideas. Let me take a closer look." While everyone watched, Elric darted like a squirrel under the boulder. He wriggled through the tightest spaces, patting at the mud here, digging with his small hands there. "Aha!" he cried. The mud underneath. Bruno nodded, planting those big hands of his against the rock once more. He pushed, grunting with all his strength. This time, the boulder loosened, then rolled right off the bridge and splashed into the river. Free at last. The villagers erupted in cheers. "Hooray for Bruno and Elric!" Bruno beamed, wiping the sweat from his brow. "I couldn't have done it without Elric. And I couldn't have done it without Bruno," Elric chimed, grinning up at his friend. That day, the villagers learned something important. It doesn't matter if you're big as a mountain or small as a teacup. What truly matters is kindness, clever thinking, and teamwork. As the sun set over the forest, Elric hopped onto Bruno's shoulder, and together they walked home. Two heroes, different as night and day, but unstoppable when standing side by side. The end.